What's up, y'all? Welcome back. It's your girl D Ray, the Divine Relationship Alchemist, helping you heal your relationship with self to heal your relationship with others. I had to go ahead and go with my spirit, though my ego was like, no, you don't feel like it. No. I just had to go ahead and make this video. This is what you need to know from the movie Us by Jordan Peele. What you need to know. There's a whole bunch of decodes out there that don't really serve any purpose and not letting you know anything, is just telling you about the story. But I'm going to tell you what you need to know. All right. And so what you need to know from the movie Us is that you have to do shadow work. What is shadow work? Well, first of all, your shadow, that's the id, that's your dark side, that's the aspect of yourself that your ego keeps hidden away, because your ego knows and understands that that part of yourself is not acceptable in this context, right? When I say in this context, I mean some of your deepest, darkest fears you cannot express because people will look at you like, or some of the perversions or some of the crazy thoughts that you have that are just totally terrible that you can never let come out of your mouth because you know it will be totally embarrassing. It will be totally annihilating. It is just totally unacceptable to think these certain thoughts, to feel these certain ways, right? So that part of yourself that you do not share with anybody, right? That's the shadow. That's the dark side. I have done some shadow work. Understand this, your shadow, your dark side, these are the demons, the entities that sometimes pop out at you that you be scared of. You're like, whoa, what is that? Most of the time, it is not anybody else. It is you whenever you are seeing this dark energy, right? It's aspects of yourself that you have not dealt with, that you have not come face to face with. That's why they say you got to face your demons. Once you face them, they disappear, they become on your side, and they do what they are intended to do. These entities that you have created are here to serve you. Period. They're here to serve you, right? Okay, so let's get into it. How are they even created? Well, one, I can't even believe I'm talking about this. Wow, I'm mind blown. One, you have to understand these demons, these entities, this dark side, this shadow self, that is you, was created post-traumatic experiences, right? So you had a traumatic experience and you felt so strongly about it that yourself created this entity to therefore protect you from those things ever happening again, right? You created it. And so once you get to a certain level of consciousness, of knowing, of age or whatever, and you start to kind of evolve, these entities start to feel like you're forgetting about them. So they have to make themselves known. Hence the movie Us, right? They feel like, hold on, you better know that I'm here. I'm still here, right? And so too many times we pushing them away. We don't want to face them. We don't want to face them. We don't want to face them. And what they end up doing is creating havoc in our lives. It's all you. Bobby Hemmett talked about this in one of his lectures. Like, they're here to protect you in your young years, in your not knowing. So let's say something happens to you when you are 5 or 6 years old that totally rocks your world. And this does not have to be anything just so insane. This could be something like your mama yelling at you too aggressively and just kind of breaking your spirit. And now you've built this energy that says, next time that happened, I'm going to defend myself, right? Or next time I'm going to make sure that I don't put myself in situations for that to happen to me again. Okay, so in your young years, they're here to protect. They're just here to protect you, right? And then as you get older, you actually have to start using them, and they're still protectors. Okay, the energy is still a protective energy. It still wants to protect you from these worldly experiences. Okay. And so you have a traumatic experience. You have so much emotion wrapped up around it, you know, and it's created. That's just what it is. And so whenever it pops up, whether it comes in the form of thought or like, for example, me, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I've been going through, we have many awakenings, right? We have many quickenings. Like we go from levels of consciousness, you just keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So I was going through a growth moment, like, and I'm still in that, right? And so this happened 2 nights in a row, like one night, skip a night, and it happened again. Had a dream, this dark entity jumped out at me. And it happened because in the dream, I was calling a whole bunch of energy forth. This is in the astral world, y'all. So this is how you know that the work that you do here, it carries over into the astral. So in the dream, I'm saying, I am God, I am God, God I am God, I am God, God I am. And the energy kind of got mad that I was, calling that energy up within myself, saying who I am. And so it jumped out at me just like that. Jumped out at me in the sheer darkness. And I wasn't prepared. So I jumped out and woke up and was like, oh shit, right? And so when I woke up, I immediately told myself, okay, next time I'm going to be prepared. Next time I am prepared. And that's why Mook on So It Is, she had a video just like this. And I was like, oh, shit. That's how you know when you vibrate, when you're on the same kind of frequency, you be having the same kind of experiences at the same kind of time. Anyways, so I'm like, I'm a fight. I'm ready now. I know that this is me. I know when I step up to the plate, it's going to dissipate. I already know this. So I get in my segment bag, right? And so before I go to sleep, I'm visualizing myself, with my swords. And this is etheric. This is mental, right? Because the mental is what controls everything. So in my mind, I'm visualizing myself with all kind of swords. I got spears, and the connection that I was making, right? The connection that I was making for my ego to understand what I'm trying to bring was, one, like the Dora Milaje in Black Panther. They were some fierce women that had their spears. 2, I'm thinking about Michonne on The Walking Dead. She cut niggas' heads off quick, right? So that type of energy, it's all still a segment warrior goddess energy. So I'm practicing. I'm about to go in this astral world and take heads off, right? I get back to the astral world. Energy comes back. I'm taking heads off, right? So that's one instance. Not being afraid of the energy when it presents itself, but knowing that you are in control. So that's one. Another way to deal with this is acceptance. So whenever that crazy, terrible thought about, like, it could be like killing somebody, whenever that dark side, straight dark energy thought comes into your mind, right? And it may even be a feeling of fear, a fearful thought comes into your mind. Like, I used to be deathly scared of the dark. And that was a learn. My mama, my grandma, all of them were scared of the dark. And so they naturally imposed that on all of us, right? And so whenever I would be laying in the dark by myself and that thought would come up that says, no, this is scary. You can't do this. You got to, you know what I'm saying? That's my dark side. That's that id. That's that fear, right? I have to accept it and say, I understand you're trying to protect me from the unknown of this darkness. Thank you. That's it. Once you can tell your dark side that is actually protecting you, thank you. Thank you. I got it from here. Thank you. I'm still bringing you with me. We are still one. Thank you. It will cease. Right? That's just what it is, right? It will stop, right? And then it might rear its head every now and then again you go back. We're good. We got this. We're evolving. We're better. That's what it is. You have to do this work and understand that these energies are created from your past experiences and all the thought and the emotional energy that you put into having these different traumas. Okay? That's where they stem from. And you have to accept them, You have to accept them, or you got to keep on doing the work. You got to keep on doing the work. And when you meet those entities and it comes time to face those demons, you got to go at them head on. All right. That's all you need to know from the movie Us, to be honest. Like, the story is cool. It's a cool story. But at the end of the day, the people that were in red, that were holding hands, they were all people's shadow. They were all people's dark side. They were all the aspects of ourselves that we like to put underground, that we like to leave unconscious, that we like to act like do not exist, but it does exist, right? And at the end of the day, if you don't accept it, if you don't deal with it, if you don't come face to face with it, that energy will put situations in front of you to be like, you thought you forgot about me. You thought I was gone, right? That's what it is. So you rather accept and then find ways to use it to be constructive, to make you better, than to keep pushing them down under the surface. That's all you need to know. Us. Peace.